To me, this is more a question of his management style and approach to problem solving, and we're starting to see it. And, you look at the wall, you look at the immigration ban, everything seems rushed. It's not, everybody wants to be safe, and if he's going to keep us safe, why did he leave so many countries that host terrorism off the list? I mean, he was very clear during the campaign that ISIS was everywhere. So if we're trying to stay safe, why leave it off? And maybe he's got a good reason for it, but he's not communicating that to any of us. And it's the same with the wall.
Should we broaden it, Mark?
You've got to give us more details.
So you think we should broaden the list to more countries?
Well, it's not a question of what I think. The question is, what is his approach? Right? I'm trying to learn. I think we're all trying to learn, what is his management style? I mean, does he plan? Does he prepare? How is he going to execute? What is his leadership style? What is his communication style? Just tweeting is not communicating. Look, it's one thing to say, I use Twitter to communicate, but the reality is, 15% of Americans are on Twitter, so it's the media that really communicates with most of us. And if you have all these technology tools available, why not use them? Why not go on give an in-depth, analysis or details of why you want to do or why you're doing what you're doing? Okay. We're just not seeing any of that, and that's what concerns me more than anything.
He's planned a pretty good cabinet. I think that shows some consideration, or you don't like the cabinet?
No, there's some I do like, some I don't like, but that doesn't really tell us what his management style is. Right? That over time, we'll see what the results are. But look, the immigration plan is a perfect example. Maybe there was a plan behind it, but if news reports are right at all, he didn't have any external organizations or groups within the government vetting it at all.
But Mark,
he just winged it.
I'm just curious, why does Trump have to have a management style that you say he has to have? He's president of the United States. I mean, are you against the ban? You're just against... or the executive order, I should say, not the ban. Are you against the executive order, or are you just against the way he is talking about it, communicating with the American people?
I think the communication is the biggest issue right now. Look, we all want to be safe. Tell us why this is going to make us safer. Don't just give us headlines. Make America safe again sounds really, really good if you're trying to raise money for a deal. It doesn't sound really good when it's obvious that a significant portion of the country doesn't understand it or doesn't agree with it. Leadership can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. But at some point, you have to communicate with the people that don't agree with you, Mark, because otherwise you're going to become more and more divisive.
Mark, as a businessman and as an investor, speak to the business implications of this. We've had a number of CEOs who've come out publicly, mostly in the tech community, who've been critical of Trump. Others say it privately, but I think are anxious about becoming the target of a Trump tweet. But when it comes to investing in this country, when it comes to whatever you think the implications are going to be of a lower tax rate or the repeal of Obamacare, do you think those things happen? Does this noise impact that? And if you're a businessman today, does this change? Does what happened over the weekend change the way you actually operate?
Yes, it changes because of the uncertainty, right? You always have, when you plan out how you're going to invest, when you plan out whether that's investing in companies, startups, or your own company, you add that level of uncertainty of what might happen if he tweets, what might happen if he comes out with a new executive order, because everything seems rushed. Now, me personally, I think the tweets are ridiculous, right? But I'm glad he does them, because it gives us a window into how he thinks and when he thinks about them. And part of the bigger problem with Donald Trump is when you sit and talk to him one-on-one, he's reasonable, he comes across as being caring, he seems open-minded, but then all that just is thrown out the window when he tweets and when he communicates with the media and when he communicates online at all. And it's just, this dichotomy makes things very difficult for business.
Mark, you've been an investor and are an investor in the public markets in terms of stocks. From your standpoint, do you want a CEO who will go and speak out politically about an issue such as immigration, or do you want the CEO to be quiet and to play it safe?
No, you want the CEO that is going to do what's right for his company and his shareholders. Look, for tech companies who are in my companies, I don't want to talk about other people. Okay. In my companies, I have people who have green cards. I have not done an inventory on which countries they are from, because it never seemed like it was a reasonable thing to look into. Are they qualified? Do they have a green card? Yes, okay. I don't have a lot of them, but yes, they're my employees. Now you have to give consideration to where they're from, what their circumstances are, what type of travel that person is doing, doing? Are they at risk? How does that impact my future hiring? If I'm looking to invest in a new company and it has somebody who's a student who just came up with a new, neural network approach, well, that I need now to do a more in-depth background search because I'm not sure how the president is going to approach these things.
Right.
I have no idea. That type of uncertainty is not good for anybody.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.